Namaste. Every human on this earth seeks happiness, but it takes a long time to realize that one can get happiness only by helping others. This current crisis has brought mankind together to help each other survive and to get through challenges. In other words, it has made us all a little more altruistic. But will someone risk their own life, and that too to an extraordinary degree, in attempting to either help others or to save the life of someone who is a complete stranger? The answer to this question has two sides. One side may be a short pause or a long silence, but the other side is a strong yes. Yes, our doctors and healthcare workers are certainly risking their lives to save others and to help others, regardless of who is watching, who is appreciating, or who is acknowledging. When the working condition becomes challenging, tough, grueling, or risky, the first thing that comes to the mind of a common man is switching job. Our doctors and healthcare workers who have taken up this wartime as a real challenge instead have given up going homes and have shifted to solitary accommodations, staying away from ailing parents, unable to look after them, longing for the love-filled kisses and hugs of their children, and virtually exchanging them through video calls, missing the cuddles of their doubly responsible life partners, yet consoling them with glimmers of hope. No one can understand the plight of doctors and healthcare workers and what they are really going through. When it is work from home for the rest of the country, it is work away from home for our doctors and healthcare workers. Day in and day out, zipped up in the polythene suit of armor, sweating profusely, combating headache and dizziness, unable to sip a glass of water or to attend nature's call, constantly attending to the emotional outbursts of patients, responding to their faint smiles, watching blankness in their eyes, listening to their last few words, and at times helplessly watching them die. Serving in an isolation ward is such an ordeal that would trigger fear, anxiety, stress, depression, and a feeling of loneliness and helplessness, with the constant fear of getting infected and not knowing how long this will go, topped with disrupted circadian rhythms. Our doctors and healthcare workers are already at a higher risk of burnout. But the most unfortunate thing is that we don't realize all this, and that is the reason why they are also facing the brunt of public panic. They have been ostracized, discriminated against by their own communities, and some of them are assaulted too. Few of them were asked to vacate their rented homes, and some of them have been forcefully evicted because they are seen only as walking infection, which is appalling, disgusting, and disheartening. When the big war was about to begin, Arjuna, the greatest warrior in the battlefield, dropped his weapons, became so despondent, and refused to fight, for he was called by Lord Krishna to kill his own people. Our doctors and healthcare workers are also standing in the battlefield fighting the global enemy, facing the same situation that Arjuna had faced, but they are neither stepping back nor they became despondent. Instead, they are fighting to the fullest. What if I get infected? Can we ever imagine a doctor or a healthcare worker asking this question to us? So, what are we going to do for them in turn? In this battle, already we have lost hundreds of doctors and healthcare workers, and we cannot afford to lose more. How are we to ensure them that we also care for them? Let us remember, this is not the time for empty debates or blame game. How to put on a mask, how to remove it, the importance of using sanitizer, the importance of maintaining social distancing. How long can we expect others to instruct us? If fighting against the global enemy is a common goal, then every single person has to be more responsible in the days to come. Let us remember, with every single safety measure that we follow sincerely in the days to come, we are not only contributing to the well-being of our family and our immediate society, also we are certainly contributing indirectly to the well-being of our doctors and healthcare workers. Our pandemic heroes, they deserve dignity and our love. They don't deserve fear. So, on behalf of everyone watching this video, I take this opportunity to wish our doctors and healthcare workers across the country enormous physical and mental strength in these unsettling times. Thank you.